So life after death, the whole spiritual science is talking about there is a life continuum. That is the law of reincarnation, and hence is born law of karma, law of constant progression. Even though you're a free will being, what happens at the time of death? Is it possible to communicate? If everything is energy, and if energy communication is possible, then can we say that it is possible to communicate in the energy field? There is a huge amount of science to explore the 10-15%. Living life, we explore, we read, we understand from many, many masters. There are those like Raymond Moody, Brian Weiss, who try to construct, who have shown through examples, practical examples of, yes, the life after death exists, and then many things happen. Now, beyond a point, you can't put everything to science. And then you rely on statistical data of, if I said it, you said it, another person said it 30 years ago, 50 years ago, 70 years ago, and everybody's talking about the same. And you have a model. That's how a lot of scientific data is collected, and then based on the surveys, and you come to the conclusions. Anyways, that's again material, but then your inner is there. Many of you experienced a blissful experience, bliss. That mystical experience, if somebody has gone through, failed to put words to it. So it is the individual subject to reality that cannot be replaced by science at all. It's not practical. It's not possible when it is infinite. Our subject to reality, how hungry I am, can only be expressed by me. How hungry I am, can anybody, any device can measure and say, I'm this hungry. On what basis, what parameters you can put to it. When I eat a sweet and then say how sweet it is, how nice it is for me, who can express it? Is there a scale you can define and say, yes, you had this sweet dessert and it's so tasty to me, and then somebody else says it? The subject to reality is always there. Subject to experience is always there. Objective and subjective. Science is only talking objective. Subjective has been removed 300 years ago in the whole, when they're developing science, they said consciousness and matter, they removed consciousness completely. But now it's coming back through quantum physics, through genetics and all of that. Life existed long before the 300 years ago when science started explaining. So we must go into exploring without any rejection many of this. If we cannot cross over death, then all that we learn is great until the time death embraces. It's got to embrace me, you, and of course our close family member. It's a matter of time, right? It's got to embrace everybody. If we demystify death, and if we knew the concept of hell and heaven are created by us, but everything otherwise is a free will being, and there are so many energy worlds out there, and hence there is so much of beautiful life after death, and we are being corroborated through various experiences of subjective experience of many individuals. And it becomes so easy to accept, because when people are dying, they're graduating to a higher world where the life is so effortless and easy. There's no longer a physical resistance that we have here in this earth plane. The meditation is helping us connect into all our higher worlds directly. It's connected to the energy field, but the energy field is made of several entities of energy of each of us when you graduate to the other side. So it's connecting us to the several bodies of ours, several dimensions out there, because we're a multidimensional being. Even from quantum physics perspective, we can explain that way.